There's one job I hate doing in the garden. I put it off to the last minute every single year. It takes hours. I get cold, I get wet, I get dirty. It's just horrible. But I know how important it is. I need to get it done, whether I want to or not. And it's time to clean the greenhouse. By this point in the year, I've got lazy and messy. Stuff just gets thrown on the floor, thrown on the shelves. I don't even clean my secateurs. It's just chaos in there. And you guys know I'm not good with the whole chaos thing. But also, I'm going to be putting plants in here. One, all my little babies that I'm going to overwinter in there, I want them to be in a nice, safe, clean environment. No pests, no disease, no mould and fungus. But also come spring, this is where I'm going to be sowing all the little seedlings that are going to be super delicate. They're going to want light. Right now, the glass is filthy, so it's getting less light in. I don't want any fungus and disease and stuff because you know how badly that can affect seedlings. And right now, I've no idea what's growing in all the corners. There's going to be pests. I guarantee there's going to be snails, possibly even slugs. There'll be spiders. There'll be wood lice. There'll be all sorts of beasties that I don't like. So I just have to be brave. I've got to put my big girl pants on and go for it. So I guess we'll start as always then. I've got to empty it out so I can clean all the glass. That's when I'll find all the spiders and things. Then I'll need to clean all the benches down and everything before I bring it back in, because I don't want to bring in any nasty stuff from outdoors after all that effort to clean. Usually by that point I feel so much better, because once it feels all nice and clean and tidy in here, oh, it does me wonders. I'll probably stop for a cup of tea and maybe a wee biscuit at that point. And then it's about setting up and getting organised. So as always, I'm going to need a wee bit of help from Kate to get the benches and stuff out. And then it's cold, soapy water and lots of complaining. Okay. This is what's hiding behind all the pots that are sitting in this corner. Because, of course, if you can't immediately see a thing, you just leave it, you don't clean it. So, cobwebs, there's nests. Well, would you call it a nest for a spider? There's egg sacs, all the dirt and dust, all the dirt from inside the pots. Yeah, and I haven't even gone to ground level yet. And, of course, all the bits you don't see, it's all the filming equipment, which gets covered in cobwebs and full of beasties, and it's a place for dirt and dust, so. Ever wondered what all the little circles are that appear in the glass? Suckers for camera mounts. So it's all stuff like all the capillary matting that you see me use in spring when I set up all the seed beds, the watering beds. Because of course I want to keep that clean and dry, but always I'll fold a bit up, put it aside and think, oh, I'll get that washed and ready, and I'll forget. And then it's just where the spiders and the slugs live. I'd love to tell you what's in this box, but I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure at the time I was putting things away neatly. But over the years, things just got put on top of it, put on top of it. Tell me you're not the same. Things I bought to do videos with you guys and then forgot about. That's an hour and a half in. And I've not even started the actual cleaning yet. It's a big job, this. Now, the actual cleaning bit, I can do on my own, that's fine. But there's only one bit that I need Kate for, and that's because I need to get these benches out of the greenhouse. These benches are the big heavyweight ones. I swapped them out maybe last year or whatever for the big heavy duty ones. I don't think we've taken them out the greenhouse yet. This will be fun. Blech. Okay. I haven't been low enough to find spiders and things yet. It's strategic. I don't want to see them.
If you don't see them, then they're not there.
Yep. So yeah, these are heavier, but apparently the same size. So let's see. Start with this one.
Did we put them in built, or did we build them in there?
I can't imagine we built them in here because there's not much space.
No, I meant to be open them up and put
Yeah,
them. I
don't know. I mean, they're meant to be the same size as the other ones, which went through that door.
Okay.
So,
I'm taking your word for it. What is it? Things everywhere. Okay, let's.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this because all it does is collect beasties.
Okay.
And I put shit in it because it's there, which was not the point of it. So.
No, it was meant for proper storage.
Yeah, right.
Probably there's something lying on the floor.
It's the belt that I use for my hori hori.
Things have got on it to die. I spot a strategic mistake. Right, get your legs up in the air. Like you
I just don't care.
don't care. Yeah, you're gonna have to lift your legs because I need to be able to straighten this to get it out. But lie and I'll paint you like one of my French girls. Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming round.
It's the wires on the.
Ow, ow. I'm lying on a seam on my jeans. So we're going to have to take the bottom out.
Slide them back that way. Give you enough floor space. Up.
Right. So we can confirm these are actually millimetres bigger than the last ones.
Just a little bit.
Right.
It's the wires on the side that hold the legs up that will catch the door frame.
Don't want to see. Don't want to see.
Don't look. Oh, lucky I told you.
Blech. If I just stand here quietly, she'll clean.
We're automatic clips, they die.
Always the last thing out before I clean, the last thing that goes in after I've cleaned. This is something that I'm not going to say is unique to my greenhouse, it's not, but you don't get in every greenhouse. And I don't know if you'll be able to see from there if I go here. My greenhouse is built with these channels in the frame, and they're in the uprights, they're in the bottom. The reason for them is that you actually fit things to the greenhouse, like the shelving, or if you have the integral staging, that type of thing, they fit into these channels, and that's how it's all bolted and held secure, which is good. But they harbour little tiny snails. There are always little baby snails hidden in these channels. They're actually not a great thing when you think about it in terms of cleanliness in your greenhouse, but they're really handy in terms of being able to bracket things to the walls and stuff. So it's a wee extra bit of cleaning you have to do if you've got a greenhouse like this. Okay, so I started off complaining that you always ended up really cold doing this. To be fair, today's lovely. Normally, we do this in January, because that's kind of when things are really quieting down and it's the start of the year and all that kind of thing. I decided this year I was going to do it a bit earlier because it's warmer, it's dry, it's usually wet in January, but also we're going to be bringing plants into overwinter, which we didn't used to do. So I wanted to get it done now before I start sorting out all the tubers and all that kind of thing. It's much, much more pleasant today. It's actually quite warm. Stage 1, empty the greenhouse. Complete. Now I need to get onto the whole cleaning bit. I don't like doing the inside. I don't mind the outside. I don't like doing the inside. In case you haven't guessed, I really don't like spiders, and that's my big thing. But the 2 benches at the sides are out because they fold, so they can get taken out. This one is permanent. It doesn't fold, so I have to just clean around it the best I can. I'm going to give everything a good sweep, get rid of the cobwebs, and then stage 2 is a bucket of soapy water. So in truth, at this point, I'm actually not feeling too bad. I think it makes a huge difference that it's not super cold and wet, because it's normally in the minus figures when we do this, and then you get wet and it's really not pleasant. It's quite sunny and it's quite warm today, and I haven't seen any spiders. To be fair, I've deliberately not been looking anywhere near where I know they would be, but that counts. I haven't seen any. Part 2, I'm going to give the outside a hose and then get at it with soapy water. But, I've got a water butt attached to the greenhouse using the gutters. I need to remember and unhook that, otherwise my water butt gets full of soapy water, which is not good because I use it to water my plants. Do that now. And I'll just move this little guy out the way. Yeah, that was close. Alas, normally I would put on marigolds in our kitchen gloves, but with none. So I'm going to get cold. But get this done, outside, inside, and then we can stop for lunch. The reason being, I'll leave the door open and let it dry out a bit on the inside before I start putting things back together again. The other thing, obviously, the plants. So I have to be careful because normally I'm quite sloppy and I just throw buckets of water at it. I'm going to have to be careful. In case you're wondering, hard to reach places, squeegee mop. Get the soap rinsed off and then we're inside. I'm getting hungry. It's almost lunchtime. But other than that, inside now. There's one thing I do in here that I don't do outside, and that is I get the hose on jet and I just go round the bottom of all the paving because all sorts of stuff collects in there because it's sitting at floor level. I'll just move you out the way. It's clean. Need to dry it. Still okay. Makes a difference that it's not cold. Would you look at that? So we stopped for a wee hour for lunch. I left the greenhouse door open to let the air in. And we are almost dry in here. There's still a wee bit wet under the bench because obviously it wasn't in the sun. And there's a wee bit around the outsides, again, the bits behind those trees because they're not in the sun. But what I'll do is I'll go round with a towel and just take any of the last wee bits and drips off. It's not spotlessly clean. There's a few little bits and pieces that obviously didn't get very well, but it's much better than it was. I'll be letting more light in now. Oh, it's not very clean on that side at all. Ooh. When we do this in January, normally what happens is we come in and we dry it all off with these towels and a squeegee and things, get it as dry as we can, and then we plug a heater in here and we close it all up with the heater blasting and we go and have lunch, and that's usually our best bet at getting it dried. But even then, it's nowhere near as dry as this when we come back. So this is fabulous. Much faster. So now it's pretty much all about getting all of this stuff clean and getting it back in the greenhouse. I'm going to give the benches a really good brush down, get them in, and then slowly go through all the trays and make sure everything's had a wash. And back in, and the very last things that will go in will be the plants. It's my noggin. Ta-da! And now we go that way.
Which I can get alongside it.
This all worked so easily the last time. That's true. Mallet. Do, do, do. Ah.
Or scoot it to you as far as you can.
I feel like I'm spelunking.
However, it goes through how strong the shelves are.
This wasn't the plan. They're strong, but they're far from comfortable. Doopy-doo. Hurrah! Well done, you. Here, have a camera for being so fabulous.
Thanks. That's why I was going to.
You fucker. Ow, 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 ow. Oh.
Does there really any need to be quite so dramatic?
Do you want to try it?
No, not really. I'm probably.
Thank you. Okay. When I've used a plant label, I tend to just throw it in this tray. So, and they've all been written on both sides, so they're not usable. So I need to give them all a clean. So I may as well do that now, make a point of it.
Are you taking the mickey out of me?
No, I'm going to tell everybody that you cleaned all those labels. Like all of these. I just realised how many were white.
Yeah, you have got quite a lot of white ones.
And yes, I found a snail. Now there's a really cool thing when we clean, you always find little memories. This was a label holder for when I entered the spring show for the first time. I obviously came home with it in my pot. Memories. You never see this on camera because it hides down here. This is part of my weather station, and this is the one that measures the temperature in the greenhouse. Now, it's inside here. That housing is so that you don't get false readings. So it doesn't get the sun directly on it, it lets air flow and what have you. But it also lives under here, so it's not in direct sun. Hence, you never see it. There's a bee in here somewhere. That is 3 o'clock. We started at 9. But, so I started off saying this was the one job I have to do every year, but I absolutely dreaded it and did not want to do. And do you know what? It wasn't half as bad this year. The difference between doing it in January and doing it now when there's still a little bit of warmth in the sun and it's a nice dry day. Chalk and cheese. So, nice clean greenhouse. Chuffed. I've still got some bulbs to plant, so it's probably going to get messy tomorrow. But for tonight, there's one last thing I have to do. Do you guys remember what it is? I'm off for a well-earned cup of tea and a biscuit. See you folks.